I am quite sure that you have suffered stress in more than one occasion, right? In fact, we all feel it. In these crazy days, you probably are suffering from stress right now. Feeling stress, like really stressed, is something quite normal nowadays. We are used to it. Especially, stress in entrepreneurship is something that, unfortunately, we can't avoid. Well, I have news for you. In today's video, I'm going to share with you what is stress, what types of stress there are, its consequences, how to reduce it, and how to use it on your advantage. My intention with this video is to share with you some knowledge and tools to fight this situation that, if prolonged through time, can become an illness. Don't let stress kill you. Disclaimer: I am not a professional in the healthcare industry. This content should not be taken as a substitution for professional advice. If you are suffering from stress right now, you should consult with a professional, okay? This is completely based on my personal experience, okay? Being said that, let's begin. Before you continue, let me tell you the advantages of watching my videos on my webpage. First, I break down my videos on the most important bullet points and their time, so you can watch the specific parts that you want to watch. Second, my content is separated by modules, so if you want to find them easily, you have them well classified on my front page, not to mention that you have my content on video, audio and written format. Third, I do not put ads on my webpage, neither on my content, so you can enjoy it without interruptions. And to continue doing that, I need your collaboration. Don't forget to grab a copy of my free ebook. Thanks a lot for the help and enjoy the video. What is stress? Let's define deeply what is stress. We can do it in two different ways. We can look the definition on the dictionary, and we can look at what science have to say about it. According to the dictionary, stress is the tension caused by overwhelming situations that cause psychosomatic reactions or sometimes serious psychological disorders. According to science, stress occurs when your body and your mind are knocked out of balance. Stress is a biological response from the body when you or any organism in nature begin to perceive a threat or danger in their external environment. When this happens, the body turns on a primitive nervous system called the fight or flight nervous system. When the danger is perceived, the body begins to mobilize enormous amount of energy and resources. Now is the time to fight, to hide, or to run. All of the body vital resources, aka its energy, begins to mobilize to being able to adapt to the stress in the outer world. All organisms in life can tolerate short-term stress, like when a rabbit is chased by a fox. The moment an organism perceives danger, it switches to that emergency system. Then there is a rush of energy and adrenaline that produces an arousal that takes place in the body and in the brain. And it is precisely those chemicals, the ones responsible for altering our normal equilibrium. In normal conditions, after the danger disappears, the body, after 30 minutes, returns to balance. After the stress response, many organisms need to rest and repair because the body needs to get back to balance, regenerate and recover energy. The problem comes when that stress response is not momentaneous but constant. Types of stress. There are a lot of different kinds of stress. Also, there are different classifications, but I am going to mention briefly the most common ones, the ones that you are more likely to experience in your lifetime. First one, normal stress. Well, there is not much to say. This type of stress is your biological response to your environment. It doesn't last long, and it is positive because it can help you in many situations. Second, work stress. This is the stress suffered from working, from your daily tasks, like dealing with your boss, with a co-worker, or a big project with an impossible deadline can trigger this kind of stress. I don't know for sure, but this type of stress is one of the most common and we all suffer it. Third, post-traumatic stress. It is a response caused by a traumatic event. Because of the event, the person has recurring thoughts about that event, and due to this, it stays in a constant state of stress. They are not able to get them out of their heads, so it continues to pressure them. This can be caused by events like a sudden death of a loved one or from a traffic accident. 4. Pathological stress. Some level of stress in entrepreneurship is normal, but way too often it turns into pathological stress. This is the most problematic one of all. Pathological stress is a prolonged and intense stress. It is caused when the stress response can't be turned off. Then we remain in a fight or flight state that causes a ton of bad consequences. If this lasts too long, it can make us physically and psychologically ill. Negative consequences of stress in entrepreneurship. As we all know, stress has many bad consequences. Some that you can notice straight away, but others are in the inside, so we can't see them. From my point of view, we should pay a lot of attention to the second ones. Since we can't see them, they are the most dangerous. Also, stress can manifest physical and psychological damage. Some examples are these ones. 1. During the stress response, some of our body systems are less active, like the digestive system or the immune system. In itself, this is not bad, this is quite normal. The problem comes when this situation is prolonged for a long period of time. 2. Burnout syndrome. 3. It makes you more prone to depression and anxiety. 5. Deterioration of personal relationships. 6. Sleep disorders or difficulties falling asleep, aka insomnia. 7. It doesn't let you think clearly. It clouds your judgment. It affects negatively to your concentration. 8. Increase in behaviors harmful to health. 9. Cardiovascular problems or alterations. Increased blood pressure. 10. Endocrine system disorders. 11. Digestive problems. As you can see, long-term stress has many undesirable outcomes, but short-term stress can be good. Positive consequences of stress in entrepreneurship. Despite the fact that we see stress in our modern days as something bad, it has its biological functions. Stress in itself is not bad. In fact, this is what has maintained us alive for so long. The problem comes when your stress response is not momentaneous but constant. Let's see what happens when your stress state is just temporal, as it's supposed to be, and what benefits that it has. 1. It helps you become a better version of yourself. 2. It stimulates your creativity. 3. Develops the ability to adapt. 4. It can increase your concentration. 5. It has positive consequences on your health. 6. It increases your emotional stability. These are just some of the positive consequences. As you might already notice, stress is not bad. In fact, it is necessary for our normal psychological and physical functioning. If we experience stress for a short period of time, we can get out the good things of stress. But if this stress state lasts for too long, that's when big problems come. Short-term stress equals an increase in our performance and many other good outcomes. Long-term stress equals all the undesirable results mentioned above. How can I reduce stress in entrepreneurship? There are many ways to reduce stress, but definitely there is no better way than controlling your own thoughts. I have already mentioned them in much detail in another video, so I will let the video around here. But I am going to mention them briefly, okay? 1. Meditation. 2. Be grateful for what you have. 3. Love yourself. We all make mistakes. Don't be too hard on yourself. But remember that winners are the ones that learn from their mistakes. Don't let them stop you. Grow stronger from them. 4. Be positive. 5. Sport and healthy eating are crucial for a correct brain functioning. Be aware of your drinking and smoking, and especially get some restful sleep, okay? 6. Listen to music. 7. Take some time out. 8. Review your lifestyle. 9. Build some supportive relationships. 10. Realize when it's causing a problem and identify the causes. As you can see, there are many ways to reduce stress. And the good news is that they are not exclusive, meaning that you can use one technique at a time, or you can try all of them at the same time. In fact, the more of these techniques you use, the better. I would recommend to try all of them to see which one works best for you. When you have done that, pick as many as you like from the ones that help you the most and apply them. I am sure that if you do it, your stress levels will come down pretty soon. Can I use stress on my advantage? Of course! Let's combine all that we have learned today, especially the last 3 sections. As you might already know, you can use stress on your advantage. In this section, I don't have much to say because I have already answered it. But let's make things crystal clear. The best way to take advantage of stress is by being able to control it. Think about it. If you apply some or all of the recommendations mentioned above, and you are able to reduce or even to control stress, how much powerful will you become? If you are able to reduce stress when you most need it, or you are able to feel stress when you need to, you will be able to use it on your favor. Imagine how powerful you could be with this talent. Being able to use stress at your will is a superpower, because now you can benefit from the good parts of stress while reducing its bad consequences. Your brain is your most powerful tool. If you control stress, then you are controlling one of the most difficult parts of your brain. A digital education for a digital world. We live in an extremely digital world, and it is going to be more and more digital every day, and we simply can't escape it. Don't wait until you have no job to acquire the digital skills that you need today. Are you going to be working your ass off your whole life until you can no more? Or are you going to prepare for the inevitable future? A digital education for a digital world. Start your journey with the right foot. If you are ready to take the bull by horns, and you are on my webpage, just click the banner. If you are on YouTube, just go to the description and start your journey with the right foot. Conclusion. I don't have much more to say, but remember that everything is temporary. So, if you are suffering from extreme stress right now, be aware that this situation will not last forever. Stress affects all of us, without any exception, and stress in entrepreneurship is something that unfortunately we can't escape. I know that it is not easy to overcome it or control it, especially when you are suffering it for a long period of time. But if you practice, you will eventually be able to use it on your advantage. So keep practicing. Remember, everything is temporary. So take a big breath and subscribe to my daily journey so you can get some extra motivation. Thanks for watching.